Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Far From Pro podcast. I am your host, Evan Walsh, here with my co-host, Joseph Meyer.
Let's go.
A action-packed show today. We are very busy. We got a brand new announcement in the middle of that episode, a brand new segment coming with you guys. I think the sports bettors are really going to like this one.
Yes,
I
sir.
think it brings a lot more to the program, and I think a lot of people, we've been hearing you guys, we've been hearing the fans, and they've been saying they wanted sports betting, so we're going to throw some in there here for you guys.
Throwing it in.
But we got a lot to talk about today, so we're going to jump right in with our hot or not, and can't forget it. We're going to start every show with it. And I'm going to start us off with a hot here, and I think everyone knew I was going to say this. Everyone knew this was going to be my first one. I'm going the Denver Broncos and Russell Wilson. And obviously, as a Denver Broncos fan, well, to be honest with you, at first I wanted Aaron Rodgers. That's what I thought. I thought we were getting A-Rod. I thought he was coming. I thought it was a no doubt. And then he obviously signed the contract, which, by the way, I don't know how you can go from retiring to signing a 4-year contract.
Yeah.
None of my business. Whatever. So I'm going with Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. I think that's a great fit. That's a superstar quarterback, exactly what the Broncos needed. They have a good defense. They have the receivers. They have the backfield. They have the overall team. They just never had a set good quarterback. You weren't winning anything with Drew Lock. I'm sorry. You just weren't. He is not a good quarterback. And Teddy Two Gloves is fine, but he's not winning you a Super Bowl. So now that we got that
Definitely
Super
not.
Bowl winning quarterback, who knows? I think the future is bright. That's all I got to say.
So are you concerned at all with the age of Russell Wilson? Like, that's a lot to give up. 2 firsts, 2 seconds.
Well,
Some other players.
Yeah, but here's what I'm thinking. They definitely lost. The Seahawks lost that trade. If you think, okay, Noah Fant is a dog, like an absolute freak of nature, great tight end. The only problem is you're getting Drew Lock. Obviously, you're getting a bunch of first-round picks, but did you see they released Bobby Wagner?
I don't think they're playing Drew Lock. What?
You don't think they're going to play Drew Lock?
I don't think they're going to play Drew Lock. I think they're going to draft a quarterback.
Really?
Yeah. I think for sure they're going to draft a quarterback. That's my
Why?
that's
You
my
don't
take.
think they believe in Drew Lock?
I do not think they believe in Drew Lock. I think he was kind of thrown in there as like that's their last option if they don't get a quarterback.
That's unreal, dude. All right. What
Dude,
do you got?
Drew Lock's
what
not
do
a
you got
starting
for
quarterback
hot?
in this league. We've been over that, but yeah. But no, I think in the age of being bold and you got to go out and trade, we saw what the Rams did. Dude, that AFC West, bro, it's tough. It's tough for me to say
It is
that Russell
pretty
Wilson is
ridiculous,
even
isn't it?
I
Isn't
think
it?
he's the 3rd best quarterback in the division. And that's my hot take.
It's pretty unbelievable how stacked that division is.
I mean, yeah, and I think that's a hot for the week as well. It's just, dude, like that every single game in that division is going to be like must-watch television.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be awesome.
It's pretty phenomenal what we got going on here.
But, dude, Russell in the Broncos jersey, man.
Hey, you watch.
That's gonna be crazy.
You watch.
And I'll go off of that because my hot for the week is your Los Angeles Chargers, baby. Give me some Khalil Mack action, baby. Let's go. Let's freaking go, baby.
I was want to talk about age. Isn't Khalil Mack like 147 years old?
Whatever, dude. I do not care. Him and Joey Bosa coming off the edge. Russell Wilson is going to be scared. He is going to be scared.
I mean, we'll see. Well, again, it's a
Counter-
we'll see situation.
They get Russell Wilson, got a counter by bringing in an elite pass rusher in Khalil Mack. I was sitting, if you can't tell, I'm at home. I came home for spring break this week, and sitting in the airport yesterday and looked down at my phone, and I got a text, and it said Khalil Mack to the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm like, no way. Mm-hmm. Coupon Tom Telesco, the Chargers GM, made that kind of play, but he did. And I'm not wearing my Justin Herbert jersey today because I didn't bring it home, because I didn't think I would have to talk about the Chargers, because I didn't think we were going to make a big move. But you know what? We did. So that's my hot for the week. Khalil Mack. This man.
I mean, that's about as hot as it gets. I kind of knew you were going to say something like that, but that's all right. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, regardless of how old he is.
I disagree. I mean, I disagree with it, but then again, it seems like anytime a Los Angeles team makes a big trade, and then it always just ends up working out. So, I mean,
I would be concerned about the health. I would be concerned about the health, but it's a 2nd and a 6th next year. Like the comparative value there. Yes, we took on his cap, but I mean, we have so much cap space. Anyway, that's my hot for the week. Do you have another hot for the week?
Yeah, I got Ben Simmons, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yes.
I know he hasn't
Yes.
played. I know. Okay, listen. Did you watch the game last night?
I did not watch the game, but I did see a lot of the highlights, and I saw him laughing on the bench.
Well, here's the deal. You started off by him arriving in Philly, getting just trash, going to the facilities, walking around, practice, and then
He's wearing, what was he wearing? Like a Louis Vuitton
I don't
hockey
know. I
jersey?
don't know. I mean, whatever. And then he walks in the facility of the game. You know, you're getting the "F you, Ben Simmons" chants. You're getting just the hate and just the everything, right? So then, all of a sudden, the game starts, and then the Nets
Just
the Sixers, rip them
'em.
apart, ran them out of the gym, and then all of a sudden, the fans, the boos, the F Ben Simmons, silence.
Ooh.
I didn't hear anything. The fans were quiet. No one had anything to say. And I understand. And the best part about it here, the reason I have Ben Simmons as my hot is because we should be, if you are in the East, you should be shitting bricks right now.
Oh,
because
absolutely. He's sitting on the bench and they destroyed him.
Kyrie and KD, Kyrie literally said after the game, if you boo Ben, you boo us.
Yeah.
And Ben being able to go in there into Philly with his team and dog his former team, silence the haters that made him literally not want to play basketball.
That is awesome, dude.
That self-confidence boost, that mental boost, that him knowing this is my team, like there, I have my back, it's going to make him a better player. He's going to want to get out there and play. And this Nets team is going to be scary. It's going to be scary.
Dude,
once
I
he
haven't
gets
seen
back
him
out there.
I don't think I've ever seen Ben Simmons smile. And I saw him smiling on the bench last
I
night.
know,
was like,
laughing, joking around.
That's not good. That's dangerous.
Yeah, I know.
I would not want to be an East fan right now.
Joseph. I don't know. We'll see. What do you got another hot for me?
I do not. I do have a not. Do you want me to
No
give my
hot.
not
Only
first?
one hot for the week.
I only have one hot for the week. But my not, because I have two nots. But my first not comes from, I don't like to complain about referees. I consider myself, a supporter of being a referee. It's hard. But when referees make game-changing calls that don't end up being game-changing, I just think it's hilarious. So if you didn't see, and this is a little bit of old news, but last weekend, the Nebraska basketball team
I knew, bro.
Dogged
I knew you were
on
gonna
those cuties.
say something.
Wisconsin Badgers. And despite some of the worst officiating I have ever seen in my entire life,
knew you were going to say the Nebraska.
one of our guys got a technical foul for looking at the ref. He got a technical foul for looking at the ref. Another one of our guys got a flagrant 2 for an arguably accidental play. Could have been a flagrant 1, but a flagrant 2 sent him out of the game. We were without our best player who averages 25 a night, and we still beat them. And I had so many Wisconsin fans chirping me before the game. Oh, we're going to dog you. You guys are terrible. And despite the terrible reffing, we came out on top. Now, I say that because obviously 99% of people could care less about Nebraska basketball. They are terrible. They had a terrible year. We went into the Big Ten tournament. We lost our first game. Not a surprise to Northwestern, right? Had a 15-point lead at halftime. We're not going to talk about that. But one of the Northwestern players 4 times ran down to our bench, stomped, flexed his muscles, and yelled at our bench. Did he get a flagrant 2? Did he get a flagrant 1? Did he even get a technical? Did he even get a foul? No, it's biased.
So what makes you think these refs are biased towards the worst team in one of the worst teams in college basketball?
Because they hate us, man. They hate us because they ain't us.
What do you mean they ain't us? You guys.
No, I'm just playing. I mean, I can't.
Because they hate us.
There's no
You gotta
really
put
room
that
to
on a
complain
t-shirt,
when
bro.
you have won 10 games all season. So obviously it's not that big of a deal because it's not like we were going to do anything. We weren't making the tournament anyway. But I mean, besides Nebraska, like the Big Ten refs have been kind of terrible this year. I don't know if you've paid attention, but they need to fix something in the Big Ten. The reffing has just been horrible to watch. I don't like to complain about the refs, but that's my not for the week.
All right. Hey, I like that. I agree, dude. Officiating I think has gotten worse in my opinion, but that's none of my business. But then again, being a ref is the most thankless job in the world.
It's
just
really
gotta
hard.
Suck. It's gonna be horrible to be a ref. I would hate it. I would never sign up for it. So I got to give them all the respect in the world. So a not for me, as we're talking about sports betting, Calvin Ridley. But not. It's not a not because he gambled. I think the fact that they're getting mad at him for putting on a $1,500 parlay or whatever. I mean, it is what it is. They have to do what they do. It's for the look of the game. But I mean, whatever. Who cares, bro? Who cares? And regardless, the reason he's on my not is because I hate when athletes do this. They get in trouble. He is banned for an entire year. We're going to lose money for an entire year, millions of dollars. And he goes on his Twitter account and tweets out, giving me more time to rest. Just going to give me more time to rest. Give me more time. I don't have a gambling problem. No one said you have a gambling problem, bro. But we all said that you're fucking going to sit on the bench for a whole year and you're going to make no money and you're not going to record any stats and you're not going to be anything. And you're going to be not in the media and everyone's going to forget about you. And you know what? You're going to come back. You're going to be well over a year away from football. Who knows what type of player you're going to be? And then you'd have the audacity to tweet this stuff out. I don't like it. Not a good look. He is on my not for this week.
It's
not
crazy.
For this week.
It's crazy because that seems like such old news at this point
So
from this
old
crazy
news,
week.
but it was
that was
literally like
less than a week
this
ago.
week.
But yeah, I mean, that man's PR team. I mean, that man's poor PR team takes the year off because of mental health, which I respect. But then gambling during that, and then now it's suspended another year. I have a conspiracy that he didn't even want to play this year, so he's like, I may as well throw some bets on it.
I mean, Jesus, dude, it's just such a horrible look for him and for him.
It's
overall.
tough. And I saw a meme. It was like from last year. It's like, dude, like the Falcons are going to be elite with Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Kyle Pitts. And now it's like, that did not play out well.
That ship.
Did you see they were like the Eagles were wanting to trade for him before that happened?
Yeah, I saw. Well, I mean, I don't know much about it, but I saw something about it.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't. I mean, that would suck. Trade for a guy and
they did it.
Gambled in this year. I have one other not for the week, and this is I've grown to understand this a little bit more. It's bathroom lines. Now, as a dude, we don't have to wait in bathroom lines that often, right? It's usually we're walking past and we see the long ladies line, and you're just like, oh, we don't have to wait in a line. But ladies, I sympathize with you. This weekend, I covered the Big Ten wrestling tournament. And I don't know if you know much about wrestling fans, but it's like a lot of men, like mostly men, right?
Right.
So after the matches, all of the men go to the bathroom. And I have never waited in a men's bathroom line that long. It was absurd. And I'm like, now I understand what these women have to deal with. It was insane, dude. I almost peed myself. Like, it was like, you'd think like, we'd get this moving, but it was just like, I mean, it was at least 25 minutes. I was like, dude, this is ridiculous.
That is unbelievable.
I do not like bathroom lines.
I mean, that is going to really, that is for sure going on the TikTok or Instagram. That is,
oh, yeah. But like,
that's a great.
We don't have much.
That's a great knot. I
mean,
lines. I don't disagree with you for a second, especially at like big sporting events. Like when I go to like a Vikings game, bro. Oh my God. Like at Vikings, I do a lot. I mean, you know what else I don't like about like stadiums? There's no water fountains. I understand you want people to buy your stuff, but it's like, dude, like there are literally like, what if someone has $0 in their bank account and like is like dying of thirst, like literally dying? Are you just gonna?
I don't know. I don't know how you go to a
the amount of times I've been to
$0.
The amount of time I've been to US Bank Stadium and have like been thirsty but not wanting to spend $147 on a water is like every time I go.
That's a deal, bro.
Just give me a water fountain.
That's it. Come on.
Yeah, it's
cheap.
It's ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something for you that
new little segment here.
Me and Joseph are very, very excited about. We think this is really going to take over. We think there's something special here. It's called our Power Picks segment. Mm-hmm. Now, me and Joseph are going to be doing this weekly, and I want you guys to keep up with us, keep up with our picks. We take pride in these picks, every pick that we give out to you guys. Now, I would like to give out already, I would like to say this right now as a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. This is not us saying where to put your money. This is simply just us telling you our picks for the week. If you decide to copy them, that is your choice. If you decide to take them, that's up to you. You will be making money on my end. Joseph, I cannot promise, but on my end, you will.
All right, we will
be
will test
winning.
that. We're gonna keep track of these. We are
will
gonna
be
keep
testing
track of
it.
these.
Oh, we are. We are.
And it's
Joseph.
gonna be it is a good month for sports betting.
Oh, this
man.
is March Madness
insane.
is probably about 110% of the reason why we started this. This is perfect. Great timing. The people want the picks. People are going to be sports gambling. This is March. They need it. We need to help them out, Joseph. And I'm going to start us off.
And
Here's
by
how
the way, this
works.
is all legal.
This is all legal.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. This is how it's going to work. We're going to give you an over, an under, a money line, and a spread each week. So 4 picks.
4 picks
Now,
from each of us.
it
And mine
is
are going to be up
4
4-0. I don't know. I mean,
Stop it. It's going to be sports for the week. Any sports that are within that week, it could be the day. All mine are today. I
Same.
am going to be gambling on the college basketball March Madness tournament. So hopefully you're watching this today and you can get your picks in for tonight. I'm going to start us off here
go ahead.
with my over.
You're over. Okay.
I'm going Purdue versus Penn State 134 and a half.
134 and a
Now,
half. Okay.
Now, Purdue, my pick to win the Big Ten tournament. Always, I'm sticking with it. Penn
They're the
State
3
just
seed,
came
right?
off. What's up?
They're the 3 seed, right?
Yeah, let's not worry about that right now. Okay?
No,
we're talking about
we're
talking
good.
about this.
We're good.
all right? We're talking about them versus Penn State. All right.
But dude, they got Wisconsin.
Hey, we're not going to talk about that right now. All right. We're going to talk about.
All right, I do guys.
We're going to talk about the over. Okay. Smash this over. I think Purdue is going to annihilate Penn State. Penn State came off a great win versus Minnesota, the worst team in the Big Ten. Big whoop-de fucking do. All right. We have a great game here. I think Purdue is going to absolutely destroy them, and I think it's going to be a very high-scoring basketball game. Punch your ticket at over 134 and a half versus Purdue versus Penn State.
All right. So, that's a great pick. 2 pretty high-scoring basketball teams. I'm going with another big-time matchup here. UConn versus Villanova, the over. It's at 136 and a half. Both times they've played this year, they've gone over that. And the second time they played, it was like up to 150, 160. So I am hammering the over in UConn Villanova. And while I'm at that, I just want to give a shout out to the Big East Conference. Throughout the year, we don't think about the Big East. We don't think about Butler. We don't think about Xavier. We don't really think about Villanova, Princeton, or Providence, my bad. But, when it comes to March is Big East season, baby.
It is. It is.
There is
Big
no
East season.
better time than you turn on the TV and you hear that March Madness intro. And you look up and it's Xavier playing Butler, dude.
Oh, it's so lethal.
It's nostalgic. It's nice.
I agree.
It's sweet. And I'm playing a little Big East action here. Villanova, UConn, over 136 and a half. That's what I'm hammering.
I actually had my under picked about 2 minutes before this thing started because I was waiting for the money for the to see what the line was going to look like. And I'm actually going to go the exact opposite of you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going under.
Wow. Oh,
Villanova versus
battle.
UConn.
What's the line at now? I did this last night.
131 and a half. 131.
You're going
and a half.
under 131 and a half.
It was at 130. It was at one. It opened up at 140 and a half. Went down to where you saw it at 136, and now it's down to 131. Under. They're screaming under. The lines are
still taking
Vegas is
under
screaming
at
under.
131.
Wow. They're screaming under.
Wow.
I'm telling you, people. I'm telling you, Vegas is screaming under. They wouldn't go 10 points. They wouldn't change the line 10 points within 24 hours if Vegas was not screaming under. I'm still taking it at 131 and a half.
Wow.
I prefer it at 136 and a half. I'm still taking it at 131.
There's a
and half.
world here where we both are wrong here.
There is a
Where
no.
where the score is
No.
134 and we both lose.
I know.
Wow, that is. I mean, there is just like 1,000 basketball games today, so that's pretty under. All right, that's gonna be an interesting one. That's your under. My under, 144 and a half. Rutgers versus Iowa.
Oh,
The last time they played, it was
Really?
46 to 48. 46 to 48. Rutgers
Yeah.
is a pretty low scoring team, and I think this is high because of what Iowa did yesterday.
Iowa's
UNC,
got some ballers. It's a
Iowa
high-scoring team,
smoked Northwestern. I think they shot the best three percentage or the most threes in the conference tournament, like of all time or something like that. It was insane. They were shooting the lights out.
Mm-hmm.
I think they beat Rutgers, but I do not think it gets up to 144. I mean, we're talking like a 74-70 game right there, and I just can't go that hard. So I'm going under 144 for Rutgers versus Iowa today.
I like it, Joseph. I do. So we're moving on to spread here.
Going to spread.
This one, I'm not. This is, if out of all four of my picks, my least confident. As much I'm still slapping it on the ticket, but this is what I'm picking. I'm going Texas Tech -8 versus Oklahoma. Now,
Okay.
this is a big game, and something about Texas Tech. There's something about them in March. They always
There
are
is
their
something about
special
Texas
team in
Tech.
March. They're look at the past years. Look at their past year's success. Look at their team this year. They are a March basketball team. I have all my money on. I'm going -8 Texas Tech versus Oklahoma.
Texas Tech. That reminds me of the Jarrett Culver days, bro. Remember
Yes,
that?
exactly.
4 years ago. He turned out
Matt
to be an
Mooney?
absolute stud. Not. I'm also going Big 12 action here for my spread.
Here we go.
I'm going TCU +12 against Kansas. I think that's just too many points to give Kansas today.
I like it.
They struggle. They didn't struggle last time they played, but TCU won, and so
They struggled.
I'm not gonna say like TCU is gonna win this game. I don't think TCU wins. I think Kansas is too good in March, but to say that TCU is gonna lose by 12, that's a bit heavy for me. I'm going TCU +12 against Kansas Jayhawks. TCU had a nice win last night. TCU +12.
I like it. I'm going my money line here now, so we're going to move on to my money line pick. This one is a big game. It's 16 versus 17 in the country going off against each other. Now, I noticed something about this money line. It was at +205 when I punched it, but it was at +235 at one point.
Wow.
I'm going USC beating UCLA today.
So UCLA is favored by that much. How much are they favored by? Do you know?
They were like
crazy.
-220. Like it was a big favorite. They were very favorited, and I don't know. It's weird. It's a 16 versus 17 going facing off. I don't know what it is. I don't know.
That's a good pick, man.
I don't know what it is with these money lines, but I don't know what's going on there. But I'm going USC to beat UCLA. I love Boogie Ellis. I love that team. I really think USC is going to be something special and pull it off versus UCLA today.
All right, for my money line, I'm gonna throw a little bit of cash at the old Big Sky tournament.
Big Sky.
Big Sky. If you're unfamiliar with the Big Sky, it's a great conference.
Oh, it's a conference for sure. I don't know.
It is a conference. And today we have the Weber State Wildcats versus the Montana State Bobcats. Now, the Bobcats are favored by 2. We are rolling with the boys from Weber State to get the upset tonight. It's +115 odds. It's very close. Very close. Weber State's the 4 seed in the Big Sky. Montana State's the number 1. But I'm throwing my money over to the Big Sky tournament, baby. Let's go Wildcats.
You know, when you normally name off these random teams like this that no one's ever heard of and no one talks about, and you are saying, all right, I'm putting my money here, it generally hits because it's like no one's really putting money on these
I have
games.
never watched a Weber State basketball game in my
I
entire
don't know.
life, but I am more than confident about this pick.
Yeah,
I looked at it and I saw Weber State immediately to the cash counter. Let's go. That's my money line.
Again, I would put my money. I would because it's like when you talk about one of those stories. It's
It's literally like a coin flip. Like you don't. I don't know.
Right. All right. Well, let's move on here to the recap of the week. I'm gonna start us off here. The MLB is back.
We're back, baby.
They have made a deal now. I didn't really look into the deal. Now I saw something. I saw was they like increased the minimum salary from 575 to like 700K. Like the players union and them came to agreement on it. I saw that was one of the agreements. They also expanded the playoffs to 12 teams. I saw that. They agreed to that. But yeah, the MLB is back. We got an opening date set. That is huge. That's exactly what the country needed right now.
April
exactly
7th,
what
right?
baseball needs. What?
April 7th, right? I believe it's April 7th.
I think so. I'm not sure. I haven't really looked into it, but I know it's back, and it's just what we needed. It's what baseball needed. Now, obviously, there's going to be a lot of free agency in baseball now. There's going to be a lot of talks going around, but still, the country needs baseball. I'm very happy to hear baseball's back. It's exactly what it needed. Now, what do you think, Joseph? What do you think? It's a great move by baseball?
I think it's a tough week for baseball because they finally get back and everyone's like, "Oh, baseball's back," and then 5 minutes later, everyone's back to the NFL in the offseason.
Yeah.
So it's a hard time to try to break news in March and March Madness, but good for baseball. I'm glad they're back. Get spring training underway, but they can't drive the headlines and this period of, I mean, we've talked about them every week. This period of let's deliberate. Oh, we're canceling games. We're doing this. It's getting them in the news. They need to capitalize off of it because people are talking about baseball right now. And if people stop talking about baseball when the actual game's being played, that's not good. Hopefully that people will continue to talk about baseball. But dude, it's back and we're going to have baseball this summer. It's going to be exciting. Not too many games are canceled. So we love to see it.
It's so huge. It's so huge, man. So huge.
I have a little story I want to talk about. And, my guy, Carson Wentz, a Washington Commander, the first ever starting quarterback for your Washington Commanders, Carson Wentz, Carson the Commander. What do you think about this trade?
No, it's tough because it's Carson Wentz, bro. I saw this one meme today, and it was like when the second Carson Wentz gets on the FedEx field, and it's like him in a body cast. Now,
That field is dangerous.
I like Carson Wentz. He had an okay year with the Colts. He was fine. What I want to know is I wonder what is going through Rob Snyder's head and the Washington football team like front office. I'm wondering like what their like plan is with Carson. Like what do you think their plan? Like, what do you think is their mindset with this guy? Like, all right, now we got Carson Wentz. What do they think type of player he is? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I honestly think their mindset is just like, we have a decent roster, but we just need to upgrade at quarterback, and he's the only upgrade at this point, really. I think they were trying to get Russell Wilson. I'm sure they were trying to get Aaron Rodgers. Neither of those things happened. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Carson Wentz is the best quarterback on the market outside of them. You can make an argument for Jimmy G, but I don't think that's really what they need.
There.
Yeah,
He's
that's
still
going to be
technically out there.
He is out there. We do forget about Deshaun Watson, and I do forget about Deshaun Watson. I honestly don't see Deshaun Watson being a fit with, I almost said Carolina, but Ron Rivera's system in Washington.
Yeah, I don't know how that would work, but I mean, again,
Ron's a stand-up guy, and I don't know that Deshaun is a
stand-up guy. He says
Ron is a stand-up guy, cancer survivor. We gotta love him.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, you gotta give it to him. I respect the guy for sure, no doubt.
So yeah, I think he's the best quarterback on the market. It's an upgrade over Taylor Heineke. I don't think it makes him a Super Bowl team, but it's an upgrade, and they have the space to take him on. They didn't give up too much for him. The thing I'm worried about though is the Colts end of things. I got to be honest. I have no idea what the Colts are doing. Where are they going at quarterback? They don't have a first-round pick. I was thinking, they'll probably, draft Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis. They don't have a first-round pick. So I don't know what on earth. I mean, they're going to roll out with Mitch Trubisky next year. Like, I don't see any quarterback out there that they're going to
throw him in the backfield. No lie.
They're going to reasonably get that's better than Carson Wentz. And I hear that they have a falling out in Indy, and Carson Wentz wasn't fit in the locker room anymore. But I mean, they have a really good roster, and to waste it on a, not starter caliber quarterback for this year. I mean, we got to get that team, the great offensive line, great running game, pretty solid defense, to throw out just a random quarterback. Then we're in a Broncos situation where we have a really good roster and we have a sucky quarterback and we're not going to the playoffs. So not really sure what they're doing. They got rid of his contract, but I don't know. What do you think where do you think the Colts go, man?
I don't know. Well, God, and when you have a season like you had, like with Jonathan Taylor last year,
I
you
know,
clearly
man.
have an MVP caliber running back. You have Darius Leonard leading your defense, which you have him and DeForest Buckner, who are two just absolute studs. That defense is so good. I think they're good. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, definitely.
They had a pretty good season, obviously. I love Darius Leonard so much. Every time I think about that guy and how good he is, I love Darius Leonard. I think he's an absolute freak. That team just overall, and like, I mean, I think they could use some wide receivers, to be honest. I don't think Pittman is a wide receiver one. I don't think T.Y. Hilton is on like the way back end of his career. And obviously I think what you said it best. They're a well-rounded roster team, but they don't have a quarterback. And when you don't have a good quarterback to lead a well-rounded team, like I had with my Broncos this year, you suck. And it's the most frustrating thing ever because it's like you're one thing away. It's a good quarterback. And when you're one thing away and you're not there, it hurts so much. And it's just not it really does hurt to watch as a fan.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Colts would have been the favorites I know we talk about the Titans, but they're inconsistent. I think the Colts would have been the favorites in that division this upcoming year with Carson Wentz, and now they're definitely not. So I'm not really sure what the Colts are doing there. I guess, maybe there's stuff going on behind the scenes. But man, I don't think it was Carson Wentz's fault that they didn't win the Super Bowl. I thought they they basically got to what they were supposed to do last year, be a fringe playoff team. Obviously, that Jaguars loss at the end of the year kind of pissed a lot of people off in the organization. But you can't in that year, in a first year with a quarterback, you can't expect to be beating Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know what the expectation was there. Maybe they did. Maybe they should have made the playoffs, but they probably would have lost round one. So who knows? I just think like you got to have a backup plan if you're going to ship off a quarterback who played decent. I think he had like 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. It wasn't a horrible year by any means.
Yeah, they don't got anything. They're basically screwed. And nonetheless, now moving on, I want to ask you, because we were talking about, remember last episode we had a theory about Devontae Adams going to the Raiders.
Right.
Well, that's kind of blown up in our faces. Mm-hmm. And now we have Aaron Rodgers. We talked about where Aaron Rodgers might have gone, what he might do. Well, he just signed with the Packers.
Bringing everyone back. I don't know how.
Free agency in the NFL is crazy this week. You got Khalil Mack to the Chargers. You got Russell Wilson to the Broncos.
Yeah, it's not even free agency. This is just trades, man.
There's trades. There's trades. And then I'm thinking, I'm trying to think here. The reason I'm going to say free agency is because I was going to ask you, with all these trades going down, what do you think free agency looks like now? Like, what with the remaining free agents now, with all these trades going on, and like of all this stuff that's happened already, what does free agency look like now? I think the biggest thing was the biggest story was for sure Aaron Rodgers. Mm-hmm. But now that that's settled and they look like they're going to keep Devontae, like what's free agency look like now? You know?
Well, I think the crazy part is like we live in an age where these GMs are going all in. And so I would expect to see some of these guys get paid big time because these Super Bowl contenders that are on the fringe, they saw what the Rams did last year. I think that's going to be the new, we're getting rid of draft picks, we're spending a ton of money, we're going all in, and we're going to win the Super Bowl. A lot of teams are going to try to do that. Now, obviously, only one team is going to win the Super Bowl, so not every team is going to be able to go all in for this year. But, I think a lot of the big name guys are already to their teams. Like we talked about Chris Godwin too. He got tagged. A lot of guys got tagged. I don't really understand the point of tagging someone if you're not a Super Bowl contender. And so we talk about the Bucs, and obviously the Packers use their tag on Devontae Adams, but I think there's going to be a shift here where they're going to try to keep their guys on the tag, spend a ton of money, but try to get to that point where we're talking like Super Bowl or bust now because we've gone all in. Like for the Broncos, like yes, like they want to make the playoffs, but giving up 2 firsts and 2 seconds, that's a lot of capital to give up. You want to get at least to a Super Bowl run. If they're not able to do that, it's going to be a struggle. So I think we go into free agency here. There's still some big names on the market. I'm excited to see what happens, but I think these Super Bowl contenders are going to go all in chasing after these guys. I'm not sure that we're going to see any big names go into lower level teams.
That is such a great take, but you want to know my free agent I want Jimmy G to the Bucs so bad.
That's where we're leading, right? They got to go after a quarterback.
If they don't go for Jimmy G, there's only one guy. And you might disagree with me, but I think there's only one guy that belongs to the Tampa Bay, and that guy, no one's gonna like my pick. No one is gonna like this
I
pick.
think I might know where you're going here, and I might agree with you.
Who do you think?
No, you say first.
No, you say if you think.
Are you going Jameis Winston?
Yeah, I am
Yes,
going
sir.
Jameis Winston. He's not bad. And he was
not
not
terrible,
bad
dude.
before he got hurt in New Orleans. He's not bad. He got the surgery. I mean, obviously, when he was in Tampa Bay, he had his eye problem that we all discussed. He got the surgery. He got it fixed. He was playing great in New Orleans, and he's busting his ass to get back into shape.
Yeah.
I think he'd be perfect in Tampa Bay now. He's got the weapons. He's got Bruce Arians on his side. Should be on his side now. They're gonna have a good offense. I don't know, dude. They're a better team. They're better than they were when Jameson was there. And now that they sort of got that Tom Brady rebuild, and now Jameson can just take over that spot. I think they should get Jameson or Jimmy G, one of the two.
Do you think Jameis would want to go back? Because they kind of did him. They did him a little bit dirty. Like obviously they're gonna move on for Tom Brady, but I mean,
because who else is gonna take him? I mean,
You're
who else is
right.
gonna take Jameis Winston? I mean,
I
maybe
feel like
like
the Saints will try to bring him
Pittsburgh,
back.
maybe
I feel like the Saints will
Pittsburgh,
try to
New
bring him back,
Orleans, or like but like I don't know. I just think it would be cool for him to be in Tampa.
Yeah, the Bucs are in an interesting situation because I don't think they can roll out. I think they still have enough talent on that roster to not roll out Kyle Trask. Like we don't want to do that this year. That is not the long-term answer.
Agreed.
Kyle Trask, dude, I'm not a Kyle Trask. I'm a Kyle Trask.
Wow,
hater, but
really? You didn't see him in
yes.
college? The numbers he put up and how good he was? I don't know. I like Kyle Trask a lot.
I mean, I think he's okay, but
disagree
he's
with
not.
you on that.
He's not gonna take him. I mean, you just franchise tag Chris Godwin. That means you're going all in for this year again, and you don't have a quarterback. So
right, they better figure
Kyle
something
Trask
out there quick.
They can't be. I mean, he can't be the answer this year. He may be the answer down the road.
I think they could also get Jameson for a lot cheaper than they can get Jimmy G.
No, I think so because they don't have to trade. Jimmy G's not a free agent. You'd have to trade for him. So
yeah, but like I'm saying, like from just money wise.
No, yeah, money wise too.
And I think I think you can get more bang for your buck with Jameis Winston. I really do.
I agree. Maybe. I mean, people forget that when he threw 30 interceptions, he also threw 30 touchdowns and 5,000 yards. Like
damn right.
This guy chucks. He throws the ball all over the field.
He can sling the ball. He can sling.
He's
the
a goofy guy, eating the dubs,
really goofy.
But he's a good quarterback. You have any other stories you want to get to here?
Not really. I mean, obviously March Madness is back, and obviously it hasn't necessarily the tournament hasn't started. And when that starts, Selection Sunday is coming around the corner.
Next week it's gonna be. I mean, we're gonna be recording while there's games going on. I'm pretty sure.
Isn't that just put a smile on
That's
your face?
gonna be
just saying
awesome,
that out
dude.
loud.
I'm so excited. But if
I don't have any more stories. I think. Do you have any more stories for the people?
I'm good. I think we can.
All right,
move
I
into
think we need to move on to what the people are here for.
What the
most.
people are here for.
Top three. What we always end our show with. What we always get to. And this week we got the polls in, and the poll was hardest sport to play.
Before we get there, man, are we not going to acknowledge the win that I took last week? Come on now. It was close.
I was hoping to ignore that.
It was 54 to 46. That is really close. A couple votes could have swung the.
It was a close one,
there.
but I was hoping to like get a last second slide, come back, pull out, but I didn't. Regardless, it's 1-1 in the series. We got a new top three, and I'm starting this week. And it's hardest sport to play. And when we say this, we say necessarily be good at. Now, anybody can play a sport. Anybody can go out there and play it. We're talking about to be good at, to be like next level, like talented at. Like in order to be skilled or good at the sport, these are that hard to be good at. My number 3, I'm going boxing. I think boxing is incredibly hard. I think you have to be unbelievably coordinated, unbelievably have you have to be in the best shape in the entire world to be a boxer. You have to have unbelievable hands, unbelievable footwork. You have to put in hours of time. You have to take hits. You have to give hits. You put so much damage and pain on your body, and it's a body wrenching sport. It destroys your body, and it's so hard to get good at. So much time, so much effort, and so hard to be good at. I'm going boxing at 3. Number 2, I'm going ice hockey. Ice hockey is incredibly hard to be good at. I was a basketball player, so I never played hockey. But being able to skate, being able to have stick skills with your skate, move around on skates, be fast, play with their head up with the puck, being able to pass, do everything, shoot anything is very difficult in hockey. And you're all on skates. You're going 3 times faster than you'd be running. You are literally have knives at the bottom of your feet. Like it really is a very hard sport to be good at. You're out there for I don't know exactly how long a normal shift is but you're going full blow. You're hurting you're going hard. You're going hard the whole time. It's a very hard sport to be good at. And number 1, I'm going golf.
Okay.
Golf is my number 1 sport. If any of you out there who don't golf, you do not golf, you just don't pick up golf clubs and try and golf, and you're at home and you're what is he talking about? And you don't golf, pick up a set of golf clubs and go try and shoot under 110. If you shoot under 110 with your first time ever golfing in your life,
that would be
you shoot under 110. It's literally that'd be insane.
Insane.
That'd be insane. Golfing is insanely hard. It's frustrating. It's the most mentally draining sport in the world. It is so hard to be good at. If you are good at golf, full props to you. It is so difficult, and it's very hard sport to be good at. And I think if any of you are out there laughing or don't agree with me, I really think you should go out to a golf course and play 18 holes. And remember that pros are shooting under. Go look at the par, and they're shooting well under par most of the time at these courses. So if you aren't going out to Victory Links or these local golf courses and shooting under, those are what pros are doing consistently. So just think of that. It's impossible. It's unreal. And shout out to Brody Pass. He's going to take over our Centennials golf team this year. He is a phenomenal golfer. That's a great example of what a true good golfer is. It's very difficult to be good at.
He's trying to appease the fans here. That's cheating, man. Come on now. I will agree with you because I am terrible at golf. It's embarrassing. My friends know. I am just. It's hard to watch. It's painful. If I get on skates, I look like a dying animal out there on the ice. I've not tried boxing, actual boxing, but
it's tough, dude.
I'm pretty sure I'll be pretty bad at it. Those are some good picks. I was looking at some of those for my picks. But
Don't
I'm gonna
tell
have to
me
go.
None of the 3 you have are the same.
No. Well, I figured you were going boxing and hockey. And I thought maybe golf. So I had made a backup plan. So
right.
I was not sitting here scrambling.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm going baseball. Here's why.
Cool. Yep. Mm-hmm.
To be a professional baseball player, I don't think people realize how fast the ball comes in from the mound to the bat. It is, if you blink, you will miss it. When pitches are coming in at 98, 99, 100, and those who play baseball know that even hitting 60 is sometimes hard. When you're hitting 100, it is almost impossible if you are not trained. The hand-eye coordination is insane. The batting part is where the game is so hard, and the pitching. Obviously, everyone thinks they can field. Everyone thinks they can make a turn from shortstop to first. Oh, that's me. I've got it in the glove. But you forget how fast the ball is coming off the bat, coming off the glove. This is not T-ball anymore, ladies and gentlemen. This is not plopping off the tee, coach pitch. This is grown men chucking the ball at blazing, disgusting speeds at you. So number 3, I'm going baseball, and I'm gonna do some lesser known sports, and you're a big Winter Olympics hater, so you might hate this one. I'm going freestyle skiing for 2, and this is
what?
This is anything where you're doing flips in the air while you're skiing. Moguls. Have you seen moguls? That is insane. Your knees are basically buckling under you and you're staying in control. These guys are getting just absurd amounts of air and doing disgusting things in the air, doing inhuman things in the air, distorting their bodies while in the air on skis, freestyle skiing. And number 1, I strongly agree. I strongly believe that this is the hardest sport. Actually, I'm not going to say that. I have two ones that I kind of want to go with, but I don't know. They both kind of play into each other. I'm going water polo. Hear me out. You are treading water for a long, long period of time. And I don't know if you've seen underwater. They are kicking each other. They are punching each other. They are just absolutely going at each other. Their legs are hitting body parts that we will not speak of if you're playing men's. They are kicking each other in the face. They are treading water while playing handball. Handball is hard enough, man. Just kidding. Handball is pretty easy. But they are playing handball while treading water. Water polo, and I have stats to back this up. They did a ranking for the percentage of hardest sports to play. Water polo is number 3. I'm not gonna say what's 1 and 2 because they may be on your list.
Exactly.
I'm going water polo. I have a few honorable mentions. I was gonna go gymnastics. Bull riding. Bull riding was there. I don't know if that counts as a sport. I mean, it is a sport, but not the traditional sense.
You could say it's a sport.
You can hate on me all you want, but I'm going water polo number 1.
Yeah, I mean,
I think the people are gonna love that one.
That's a dark horse for sure. I mean, I like that list. No, I don't like the list, but I would say
you love the list. I hate your list. Your list is terrible.
I would say that is a list. That's a very dark horse list. That's very dark horse. Freestyle skiing definitely got me. I didn't expect you to say that at all. I honestly, one of my honorable mentions is on your list that I was gonna pick, but yeah, you know what? The water polo just gets me. I don't know. Every time I think of that, it just gets me.
Dude, I mean, treading water for that long, people forget.
All right, you know what? Great episode today. We're going to end it on that one. That is awesome. What a great show today. I'm happy to give you guys our first day with Power Picks. Yeah, just subscribe to the YouTube, get to our TikToks and Instagram. Make sure you guys check those out. Those are very, very crucial to us. We post all of our clips on our TikToks and we keep updated on Instagram. Get us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Make sure you check us out. Follow those accounts. And we appreciate you guys tuning in and listening to us weekly. And we love you guys. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Peace.